It's easy to roll your eyes at celebrity skincare, but Rhode's by Hailey Bieber, this one got it right, so let's talk about why. Do you ever wonder why some brands just get it right? The look, the feel, it all just clicks. I'm Megan Weeks, and in this series, I'm breaking down the strategy behind standout branding. Today, we are looking at Rhode by Hailey Bieber. What makes it not just beautiful, but so brilliantly strategically effective, how it holds up next to other celebrity beauty brands, and what us designers can steal from it. Rhode launched in June 2022 with just 3 products, and they sold out almost instantly. But this wasn't just good timing, it was perfect timing. This was peak clean girl aesthetic on TikTok. Slicked back buns, barely there makeup, and that hyper glowy look that everyone wanted. And no one embodied it more than Hailey Bieber. She wasn't selling a trend, she was the trend. At the time, Hailey Bieber was famous for, well, being famous. A model, yes. Married to Justin, yes.
It's not clocking to that I'm standing on business, is it?
But what people really knew her for was her skin.
Look at her skin. Gorgeous. And then look at my skin.
That glazed donut finish that she coined. And it became a beauty benchmark. So when she teased Rhode, it wasn't surprising that hashtag Rhode Skin completely took off on TikTok, with over 100 million views before the brand was even a thing. The hype was unreal and it didn't feel forced. It felt inevitable. So when Rhode launched with 3 sleek, understated skincare essentials, it made perfect sense. It didn't feel like a cash grab. It felt like an extension of her own personal brand and aesthetic. Following in the footsteps of Rihanna, she used her middle name Rhode, but it also has that soft, Scandi it girl vibe. It feels effortless, natural, and a little bit luxury. The price point between $16 and $30. Minimal, approachable, and no fuss. Just like the product line, just like the brand, and just like Hailey. Rhode wasn't trying to be everything. It was simply her. In a market full of celebrity lines that are trying to do too much, Rhode did the opposite. And it stood out because of it.
This is my approach and it is different to other people. And my goal from the beginning was that this brand, if you took me out of it, would stand on its own, regardless of me.
Okay, now let's talk about visual identity for all my graphic designers, because this is where Rhode really stands out. It's monochrome, it's muted, it's soft grays and neutrals with barely their warmth. Nothing screams for attention, and that's kind of the point. The sans serif typeface is clean, minimal, and editorial. It whispers cool, not corporate. And look at the finishes. Subtle gloss against matte. That's not accidental. It echoes the entire glazed skin aesthetic that Hailey is known for. Even the packaging shape matters. Compact, no wasted space, something you actually want to throw in your bag or show off on your shelf. Okay, now let's move on to the tone and the messaging, because you all know that even though it might look beautiful, it also needs to sound beautiful. For Rhode, the copy feels clinical and calm, but still aspirational. Terms like skin barrier boosting and dewy hydration are rooted in real skincare language, but delivered in a friendly way, not too sciencey and not too salesy. What's really smart about Rhode is what they don't do. Doesn't overpromise. There's no miracle in a bottle messaging. It positions itself as a part of your routine, like a staple white t-shirt for your skin. Digital presence. The website has a modern editorial layout, heavy use of white space, minimal copy, and just enough interactivity. Looking at how it's represented on social media, it's Hailey fronted, but not in the overproduced influencer way. It's her using the products, plus tons of UGC content and lifestyle moments. It feels real, but still aspirational. Plus, a lot of the campaigns are TikTok first, subtle influencer drops, and nothing overly polished and brandy, which again works because that's how people interact with brands. In short, Rhode's branding isn't loud, it's confident, and that confidence reads as premium. Rhode wasn't just well branded, but it was also well played. Instead of flooding the market with product, they dripped it out. Launching with just 3 SKUs was a strategy in itself. The slow drop model paired with waitlist and phased restocks created instant FOMO.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it!
Scarcity made it feel exclusive, even though the price point wasn't. And simplicity, well, that was part of the trust. Rhode wasn't trying to sell you a 12-step routine. It was more like, here's what I actually use every day. That clarity made it feel confident, and that confidence made it feel premium. They also did something that most celebrity brands miss. They actually listened.
From a lot of feedback and a lot of digging and researching, we were able to get to the bottom of the grainy texture and the grainy feeling in the peptide lip treatments and the peptide lip tints.
Rhode reshared tons of UGC content, real testimonials, and real skin transformations. It wasn't just Hailey's voice anymore, it was the community's. And let's talk about that effortless aesthetic. Whether it's packaging, Hailey's styling, or campaign visuals, it all aligned. One glance and you know it's Rhode. Oh, I almost forgot the lawsuit. Ever heard of the saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity? Rhode is a masterclass on that. Right before launch, Rhode got hit by a trademark lawsuit from an NYC fashion brand.
Hailey Bieber is heading down a legal road. According to court documents obtained by E! News, the 25-year-old is being sued by a fashion company named Rhode, formed back in 2013, for trademark infringement over her newly launched skincare line, also named Rhode.
It made headlines, but the interesting is it only added to the buzz. Suddenly, everyone was talking about Rhode before they even tried it. Rhode succeeded because it didn't look like every single celebrity brand out there with their face plastered on everything. It actually just looked like a really cool indie brand launched by a designer. To really understand why Rhode works, you have to look at what it isn't. So let's compare it to other celebrity brands in an oversaturated skincare market. Rhode vs. Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. Rare Beauty is emotionally driven. It's soft, it's warm, it leads with values like mental health, vulnerability, and self-expression. The messaging is heartfelt, the visuals gentle, exclusive, colorful. Rhode, on the other hand, is visually driven, clean, minimal, strategic. It doesn't lean on emotion, it leads with restraint. And that choice makes it feel way more like a design brand over a celebrity brand. Rhode versus Kylie Skin. Kylie Skin went all in on millennial, pink, and hyper-feminine vibes. Bubble fonts, soft focus filters, and that classic YouTube era aesthetic. Rhode flipped that entirely. Its identity is gender neutral. Think Gen Z minimalism. It leans more as less pretty and more polished. It feels like it was built for people who organize their skincare like an IG grid, which I am definitely guilty for. So while Rare connected emotionally and Kylie Skin went mass market, Rhode took a totally different route. It didn't look like a celebrity brand. In fact, it looked like a really cool indie brand launched by a Scandi designer. And that's exactly why it cut through the noise. Okay, so after everything we talked about, why did Rhode actually work? This is an important lesson for so many designers. The brand story and Hailey's personal brand aligned perfectly. It didn't feel like she slapped her name on a random product and went with it. Rhode felt like an extension of her, the living incarnation of the clean girl aesthetic. Glazed skin, clean lines, minimal effort, and maximum impact. Secondly, the visuals were understated. In a space oversaturated with loud colors and celebrity noise, that subtly made Rhode stand out. Third, it underpromised and overdelivered, which we all know is the biggest lesson we can learn in anything. The language was soft with no over-the-top claims. It was simple. It was just, this is going to support your skin barrier. And it did. And finally, social proof. From early TikToks to UGC testimonials, Rhode built buzz from real people, not just paid faces. It was exclusive. They had waitlists and phase drops, but it never felt inaccessible. It walked the line line between cool enough to crave and close enough to buy. So what can we take away from all of this as graphic designers? Firstly, you don't need to shout to stand out. Rhode is proof that quiet, consistent branding cuts through louder noise when it's executed with confidence. Second, make it personal. The brand's visual and verbal aesthetic should not only match the person behind the brand, but the brand itself. A brand's visual and verbal identity should reflect both the founder and the audience. Rhode works because it feels like Hailey, but it also feels like a Gen Z's mood board and goal aesthetic. And third, less is sometimes more. Fewer products, more focus. It lets your audience understand exactly what you're offering and why it matters. It also allows them to focus in on what's really important, which is the value or what's inside the actual product. And finally, TikTok is the new celebrity endorsement. Rhode did not go heavy on ads and went heavy on community, UGC content, and real testimonials. And that built something that no marketing team can manufacture, and that is trust. So if you're building a brand, start with clarity, stay consistent, and remember, cool isn't loud, it's intentional. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know which brand you want me to highlight next, and I would love to share that with you guys. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I'd appreciate it so much if you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next one.